In the soft morning light, Pedro stands ready for the day. Sunlight paints Pedro in a heroic light. The morning sun reveals Pedro's brave stance. Pedro prepares for the day's adventure. Bathed in light, Pedro is unwavering. Pedro's heroic form gleams in the sun. Inside the bedroom, Pedro's neighbors, embodied as lounging penises, sprawl on the couch, their eyes glued to the TV. Their posture exudes a sense of inertia as they watch the screen. The scene captures the essence of a sedentary existence. The glowing screen reflects in their eyes, mirroring the lack of activity. Within Pedro's dream, a majestic landscape unfolds, dominated by towering mountains whose peaks gleam with snow. Muscles burning, I ascend the great heights, the air growing thin and crisp, each breath a surge of invigorating energy. The air is thin and crisp, filling my lungs with invigorating energy. My spirit soars as I continue to climb. The snow shimmers under the sun. Pedro, the erect superhero, faces an impossible mountain of sheets. The towering sheets represent a challenge. He readies himself to climb the soft, daunting peak. Pedro begins his ascent. At the base of the towering mountain of sheets, Pedro begins his ascent with unwavering resolve. Each upward movement reflects his unwavering determination. With final surge of effort, Pedro triumphantly reaches the summit. Against the backdrop of the clear sky, Pedro strikes a triumphant pose, a symbol of his victory. Pedro nears the cliff edge, a silent omen of the impending danger. The mountain of sheets looms, its peak a deceptive promise of safety. The precipice awaits, a stark reminder of the fragility of balance. Unseen forces draw Pedro closer to the brink. The air grows heavy with anticipation as destiny tightens its grip. On the edge of the cliff, Pedro teeters, his balance betraying him. A moment of sheer panic as Pedro's feet slip, leading to an impending fall. A horrifying bend contorts Pedro's form as disaster strikes. In stark detail, the irreversible moment of the penile fracture unfolds. The brutal reality is punctuated with a damning proclamation. Bam! The echoes of impact reverberate, sealing Pedro's grim fate. In the sterile light of the office, Pedro sits defeated, his injuries a stark testament to his struggles. Across from him, Dr. Uro's gaze is filled with compassion, radiating warmth and understanding. The room is silent, save for the soft hum of the air conditioning, amplifying the weight of unspoken words. The atmosphere is thick with the unspoken tension of healing and hope. In the sterile, brightly lit doctor's office, Dr. Uro stands, ready to explain the grim reality. With clinical precision, Dr. Uro begins. Pedro, that was a penile fracture. He paints a vivid, horrifying picture. Your body filled with blood, like a balloon. And by bending sharply, the balloon exploded. The morning light reveals Pedro lying in bed, his body bearing the marks of a recent trial. A faint scar marks his skin, telling a silent story of survival and endurance. His posture, a subtle curve, whispers of burdens carried and battles fought. In the quiet of the room, the lessons of the past echo in the present moment. The scar on Pedro's skin serves as an enduring testament to the trials he has overcome. Pedro stands motionless, eyes wide with a strange mix of fear and fascination as the images flicker vividly before him. A montage of reckless deeds unfolds before Pedro's eyes, each scene more disturbing than the last. Pedro's expression shifts, his face now etched with deep concern as a wave of realization washes over him. He shakes his head slowly, the haunting shadows of past experiences clouding his gaze. In the dim bedroom, a figure lies motionless, swallowed by shadows and sorrow. 3 days of solitude have transformed the room into a bleak landscape of takeout containers and crumpled tissues. The faint moonlight casts a spectral glow, revealing Pedro's vacant stare fixed on the ceiling. Unmoving, Pedro is lost in a world of sorrow, his body a still point in the darkness. The remnants of meals and tissues stand as silent witnesses to his despair. encircling him in a prison of his own making. The room is heavy with unspoken grief. Pedro remains still, a figure of utter desolation. Within Pedro's body, blood cells drift aimlessly, their color fading, their vitality waning. The narrow vessels offer no escape, only stagnation and despair for the weary cells. Huddled together, they seek solace, but the cold reality of their environment offers no warmth. The stagnation deepens, consuming their essence, as if the very life is being drained from them. Pedro writhes on the floor, his face contorted in agony as an unbearable pain surges through him. A surge of raw energy explodes from within Pedro, and his body begins to transform. His clothes rip apart as he transforms into his superhero form, his massive hands now alien to him. Panic sets in as he tries desperately to revert back, but his superhero form remains stubbornly activated. In the sterile confines of the doctor's office, the air hangs heavy with unspoken concerns. Dr. Uro leans forward, his brow furrowed in concern as he assesses Pedro. The scent of antiseptic is pungent, a stark reminder of the gravity of the situation. Dr. Uro's voice cuts through the silence, a warning laced with urgency. Pedro, blood has to circulate, he continues. If it stays put for too long, the cells die from lack of oxygen, and that's necrosis. The gravity of Dr. Uro's words hangs in the air, a stark reminder of the stakes. In the sterile confines of the hospital room, Pedro lies motionless on the bed. A flurry of activity surrounds him as medical staff work with focused precision. Each movement is deliberate, aimed at restoring the vital flow within him. They work with precision to bring him back. The room pulses, with the quiet intensity of life hanging in the balance. The sterile hospital room stands silent, Dr. Uro's grave expression filling the space with unspoken concern. Dr. Uro's voice cuts through the silence, measured and deliberate, as he addresses the gravity of the condition. Priapism is a medical emergency, Dr. Uro states, his words echoing with the weight of their implications. He warns, when blood gets trapped, it can permanently damage the tissues, his voice a stark reminder of the irreversible consequences. In the quiet of his room, Pedro lies still, a wave of relief gently washing over him. The ordeal has passed, leaving Pedro with a newfound serenity. He reflects on the delicate balance of his own body. A gentle breeze stirs the curtains as Pedro contemplates the importance of proper circulation. The ordeal fades into a distant memory. Pedro breathes deeply, embracing the newfound peace. Pedro sits on a park bench, lost in observation. A figure smokes carelessly, oblivious to the consequences. Another figure guzzles soda, indulging without restraint. A third bakes under the sun, heedless of the damage. Pedro's brow furrows, a seed of change planted. I need to start taking better care of myself. Within Pedro's body, monstrous figures of disease begin to coalesce. Their grotesque forms a visual echo of unseen destruction. Diabetes emerges as a hulking brute, its presence a looming threat to Pedro's well-being. Atherosclerosis takes shape as a sinuous, constricting serpent, embodying the silent danger within Pedro's arteries. The villains swarm through arteries and organs, launching an assault on Pedro's vital systems. This stylized representation of damage unveils the invisible war raging within, a battle for Pedro's life. Inside the gym, Pedro begins his workout with unwavering focus. He lifts the heavy weights, each movement precise and controlled. Sweat glistens on his brow as he pushes through the physical exertion. With each rep, his commitment to health and wellness shines through. Pedro finishes his workout, a sense of accomplishment washing over him. Under the dim light, Pedro pores over the pages of a weighty medical textbook, his brow furrowed in concentration. His eyes scan diagrams of the human anatomy, each line and curve meticulously studied. Lost in the labyrinth of medical knowledge, he pauses to jot down notes in a spiral-bound notebook. His focus is absolute, the weight of understanding pressing down on him. The room falls silent, save for the rustle of pages and the scratching of his pen, a symphony of study. He squints, pushing himself to absorb the intricate details of health and prevention. Under the radiant sun, Pedro stands on the beach, his silhouette etched against the horizon as he savors the simple joys of life. With newfound wisdom, Pedro's eyes reflect a deeper understanding, each wave a reminder of life's preciousness. Pedro walks along the shore, each step measured with newfound caution, embracing the present moment. The sun warms his face as Pedro sits on the sand, a gentle breeze whispering tales of resilience and gratitude. A serene smile graces Pedro's lips as he watches children play, their laughter echoing the joy he now finds in every moment. As the sun begins its descent, Pedro stands once more, his heart full of gratitude for the simple, beautiful day. In Pedro's humble abode, youthful energy gathers, their faces lit with anticipation. Pedro, a beacon of experience, stands ready to share his invaluable knowledge. The young penises lean in, eager to capture every word of Pedro's tales. Wisdom cascades through the room as Pedro begins to weave his stories. The young penises, captivated by Pedro's words, absorb the lessons embedded in each narrative. In a sparsely furnished room, Pedro sits in a worn armchair, his face etched with a faint grimace. Sunlight filters through dusty blinds, casting long shadows as he begins his somber tale. "I'm here to tell you a story," Pedro begins, his voice raspy yet earnest. A story of pain, regret, and a lesson learned the hard way. A group of young, anthropomorphic penises, with wide, innocent eyes, huddle around him, listening intently to every word. "Beware, young ones," Pedro warns. "Beware the penile fracture. Always be mindful. Always be careful." Sunlight floods Pedro's living room, illuminating his intense focus. His voice drops as he warns, "Trust me, you don't want an erection that lasts longer than 4 hours." He recalls the harrowing experience. Priapism, that's what they called it. "The worst experience of my life," Pedro confesses. "Now, if I feel even a tingle down there for too long, I get nervous." Sunlight floods Pedro's living room, painting a warm glow around him as he settles comfortably. Pedro begins to speak, his gestures animated and passionate. Diabetes and atherosclerosis, they are silent villains. He warns of their insidious approach, creeping up without any warning. Pedro's eyes gleam with conviction as he stresses the importance of vigilance. That's why preventive care is so crucial. Under the bright sun, the town square buzzes with celebration as the townspeople gather, their excitement palpable. Pedro, a figure of humble pride, stands tall on the makeshift stage, basking in the community's adoration. Accolades and certificates rain down on Pedro, each a symbol of his heroic contributions to their health. The townsfolk erupt in applause, their faces beaming with heartfelt gratitude for Pedro's service. Banners flutter in the breeze, proclaiming Pedro as the community's health hero, his name echoing through the square. Sunlight bathes the scene, illuminating the joy and unity that define this moment of communal appreciation. In the softly illuminated space of his home, Pedro exudes a serene smile. The shadows of past battles fade, replaced by a profound sense of tranquility. Pedro reflects on the journey, the trials overcome, and the destinies touched. In this quiet moment, Pedro savors the knowledge of self-preservation and the safeguard of cherished companions. A wave of contentment washes over Pedro, filling the room with a palpable sense of fulfillment. Under the bright day, a new generation prepares to embark on their journey. Pedro's wisdom guides them forward. They stand united, ready to face whatever lies ahead. A sense of adventure fills the air as they prepare to venture out. With Pedro leading the way, they step boldly into the unknown. A new chapter begins, filled with hope and courage. In the calm of the doctor's office, Dr. Uro's smile reveals a depth of understanding. His eyes reflect a profound insight into Pedro's enduring impact. He sees how Pedro's legacy will inspire generations. Pedro's influence will safeguard those who come after. Dr. Uro understands the protective power that Pedro's name will carry. Beneath the vast sky, a towering mountain of sheets looms, its peaks challenging the horizon. Young penises ascend the slopes, their movements cautious, their awareness heightened. Each step is measured, a silent dance of caution and resolve. They navigate the treacherous terrain, their eyes scanning for hidden dangers. The mountain of sheets tests their courage, a silent arena of youthful exploration. The gym pulses with youthful energy, bodies in motion, driven by ambition. Muscles strain against iron as weights rise and fall, echoing the rhythm of raw power. In the heart of the gym, Pedro's zeal ignites the room, a beacon of inspiration. Their focus sharpens, a shared intensity binding them to Pedro's lead. Every drop of sweat, every flexed muscle, a testament to their commitment, fueled by Pedro's unwavering drive. Under the bright sun, a vibrant beach scene unfolds. The community thrives, embodying health and happiness. Pedro's teachings resonate, fostering a sense of well-being. Smiles abound as the community flourishes under his guidance. The beach becomes a sanctuary of joy and unity. Sunlight bathes Pedro's humble house, illuminating the air as Pedro sits peacefully in his worn armchair. His aged voice fills the room, carrying the wisdom of generations. Each word he speaks weaves a tapestry of timeless lessons. The sunlight filters through the window, casting a warm glow on Pedro as he continues his tale. In the heart of the park, youthful energy fills the air as Pedro observes. He observes the children playing, a deep sense of pride swelling within him. A profound sense of accomplishment washes over him, knowing he helped cultivate this vibrant community. Pedro stands, a silent guardian of the thriving community he has fostered. Bathed in the gentle light of a desk lamp, Pedro sits immersed in thought. His pen dances across the page, capturing his innermost thoughts for eternity. Each stroke is a testament to his experiences, carefully preserved in ink. In the quiet of the night, Pedro's legacy takes shape, one word at a time. In the heart of the town square, a sea of faces glows with anticipation, their eyes fixed on a statue veiled by a grand velvet curtain. The mayor strides confidently forward, his eyes gleaming with pride, ready to unveil the town's tribute. With a flourish, the cord is pulled, setting the stage for a dramatic reveal. The curtain dramatically falls away, revealing a bronze statue of Pedro, his hand forever outstretched in a gesture of welcome. Sunlight bathes Pedro's living room, illuminating a collection of letters from distant lands. Letters adorned with colorful stamps are spread across the coffee table, each a story waiting to be told. Pedro reaches for a letter, his fingers tracing the foreign script with anticipation. A gentle smile graces Pedro's lips as he begins to read, memories flooding back with each word. The room fills with the silent echoes of faraway places, brought to life by the power of the written word. In the sun-drenched doctor's office, Dr. Uro and Pedro face each other, a flurry of ideas sparking in the air. Sunlight paints the room, illuminating their intense brainstorming session. They are animated, their gestures punctuating each innovative concept. Brochures and campaign materials surround them, fueling their collaborative energy. Under the radiant sun, Pedro stands on the beach, the ocean breeze gently playing with his hair. He addresses the young men with warmth. All right, everyone, welcome. Today, we're going to talk about something very important: taking care of yourselves. His voice carries over the soft crashing of waves, filled with earnest enthusiasm. Pedro passionately states, hygiene and self-care are crucial for a happy and healthy life. He encourages them. Let's dive in. Pedro sits at his desk, a beacon of knowledge in his well-lit room, surrounded by a fortress of books and notes. He begins to speak, his voice filled with passion and clarity, sharing his wisdom with the world. With animated gestures, Pedro emphasizes his points, drawing viewers deeper into his educational narrative. Bathed in the warmth of natural light, Pedro's enthusiasm lights up the room, promising enlightenment to those who watch. The park pulses with life as a health fair springs to life. Pedro standing at its bustling heart. Booths line the perimeter, their vibrant colors mirroring the community's eagerness for health and knowledge. A mosaic of faces, young and old, moves through the fair, each interaction promising care and connection. The air buzzes with anticipation as visitors engage with the services, seeking guidance and support. The spirit of wellness fills the park, transforming it into a haven of health and hope. Pedro's vision comes to life, weaving a tapestry of health and community under the open sky. In the soft glow of a bedside lamp, Pedro sits on his bed, lost in thought. The city lights twinkle outside his window, mirroring the reflections in his eyes. He contemplates the long journey he has undertaken, a subtle smile gracing his lips. A deep sense of gratitude washes over him, filling his heart with warmth. He acknowledges the opportunity to make a positive impact on the world, a quiet determination solidifying his resolve. Sunlight drenches the town's square, alive with anticipation around a makeshift stage. Pedro, his face radiant with joy, receives an honorary degree from the mayor. The mayor stands beside Pedro. A wave of applause erupts from the crowd, celebrating Pedro's honor. The crowd's enthusiastic applause fills the square, honoring Pedro's achievements. The morning sun casts a golden glow over Pedro's humble living room, where a small gathering of young adults has convened. Pedro, though aged by battles, stands as a beacon of warmth, his eyes ablaze with unwavering resolve. Posters championing public health adorn the walls, silently narrating Pedro's life's dedication. The aspiring advocates listen intently, their faces reflecting a mix of awe and eagerness, ready to carry the torch. Under the radiant sun, the beach buzzes with the energy of a joyful community. Pedro stands tall, his warm smile reflecting years of unwavering commitment. Laughter dances on the breeze, harmonizing with the rhythmic symphony of crashing waves. Banners flutter gently, proclaiming the anniversary of Pedro's health campaign. The air vibrates with celebration and gratitude, a testament to Pedro's dedication. The golden sunlight embraces everyone, casting a warm glow on this memorable day. In the solitude of his room, Pedro settles into a worn armchair, bathed in the gentle glow of a desk lamp. A worn photo album rests in his hands, its pages whispering tales of days gone by. His fingers delicately turn each page, revealing snapshots of a life rich with memories. Each photograph is a portal, drawing him deeper into the past. His eyes, filled with nostalgia and quiet pride, reflect the challenges overcome and the lives touched along the way. Each image evokes a wave of emotions, a testament to a life well lived and deeply felt. Under the radiant sun, the Pedro Wellness Center stands as a beacon of hope in the town square. A banner proudly proclaims the center's name, inviting all to step inside. Smiles light up the faces of passers-by as they exchange words of encouragement and anticipation. Near the entrance, a small brass plaque gleams, symbolizing a lasting commitment to community well-being. The legend of Pedro begins to spread, his tale echoing through bedrooms worldwide. His courage sparks a global movement, inspiring vitality and confidence. Across continents, a new era of awareness dawns, empowering penises to seek well-being. Pedro's legacy transforms into a symbol of health, resonating with strength and pride around the world.